growing my stock portfolio to $1 million. So, how can I achieve that? It's by trading options. And so, right now, my American Airlines option of $1,528 is down 30.10%. In other words, I'm down $460 on this position. And so, how did American Airlines do today, right? So I had previously talked on that American Airlines finally broke the 50-day moving average on August 30th. And so what does that tell me? So what does that tell me, right? Basically, that tells me that American Airlines could see a continuation towards the uptrend, and I feel like the next level, or I guess the next resistance that American Airlines has to break is either the 180 or the 200-day moving average. Once we break that, both of those moving averages, I feel like then we can finally see American Airlines go back into this range around the $14 range. And if we're lucky enough by the end of this year, possibly we could see American Airlines touch the $15 range. And so what's next, right? Basically the stock market. Like how did it do today, right? Let's see. So most of the Magnificent Seven stocks were, in the green, minus the exception of Microsoft, right, and SPY. But overall, right, how did the market perform, right? So yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I had mentioned that as long as SPY doesn't break the 50-day moving average, I feel like we're good for now. But let's say SPY does break the 50-day moving average. I personally feel like then we could possibly see a continuation towards the downtrend if that does happen with SPY. But I feel like as long as SPY can respect the 50-day moving average, or use it, in other words, use the 50-day moving average as support, then I feel like we could eventually bounce off the 50-day moving average, thus leading to a continuation towards the uptrend. And then I feel like uh, the next step that could happen is that SPY could try to retest the 9-day moving average. And so basically, what I mean is first we have to see if SPY can break the 9-day moving average. And if it does successfully break the 9-day moving average, we could break, we could touch new all-time highs, possibly surpassing the previous high that was 565.16. So I feel like if SPY does bounce off the 50-day moving average, eventually we could see a continuation towards the uptrend. Then I feel like SPY could try to retest breaking past the 9-day moving average. And if SPY does break the 9-day moving average, then we could see a new all-time high soon. And then I had talked about, which stock would I choose out of the what stock would I choose out of the Magnificent Seven, right? And so I had stated that I feel like, honestly, if I had to choose, it would be Google. And part of the reason I say Google is because I do remember at a time when I was like starting to get into the market somewhat. I do remember out of the Magnificent Seven stocks, when I was starting to learn about stocks, right? I had saw that Google was way, way, way behind. It wasn't performing as the other Magnificent Seven stocks were doing, right? And so I had kept it on the watch list, and when I had kept it on that watch list, uh, Google was all of a sudden up. Meanwhile, the other Magnificent Seven stocks were all down. And so I personally feel like that's what's happening again. So basically, I'm living it like this exact moment again. Basically, I feel like Google is, I feel like Google right now, as long as it doesn't break the 200-day moving average, then I feel like we're good. And I feel like if Google does eventually bounce off the 200-day moving average, then I feel like we could see a continuation towards the uptrend, if not possibly all the way to 191, right? But I feel like for now, the goal is for Google. Hopefully, Google can bounce off the 200-day moving average, and then the next resistance level that Google needs to break is the 180-day moving average, because you can see that yesterday's candle tried breaking the 180-day moving average. It failed. Today it tried breaking it. It failed. And so I feel like the next step for Google in order to see a continuation towards the uptrend is that Google needs to bounce off the 200-day moving average and break the 180-day moving average. And if we do break the 180-day moving average, then we can see a continuation towards the uptrend for Google, possibly in the next couple of days. And how is the crypto market doing, right? Um, Crypto. So crypto is like not doing so good right now, but starting off with Ethereum, right? I do recall yesterday saying somewhere around like, uh, you know, Ethereum was kind of, having trouble breaking the 9-day moving average. Is it's still having that trouble, right? And I feel like right now, Ethereum could trade around the 2,300 level, and I feel like if Ethereum does decide to break that level of support of 2,300, then I feel like the next level of support that we could see Ethereum approach is around the 2,100 area. And Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, I had mentioned it was having trouble with the 9-day moving average. It still is, and right now it looks like Bitcoin is in this little small range of support around the 56,000 level. Now, if Bitcoin does break that level of support around, if it breaks the 56,000 level of support, then the next personal level of support that I'm looking out for is around the 54,000 area. And I personally feel like that's the next uh, area that a Bitcoin could approach sooner or later. But obviously, right now, Bitcoin isn't doing so good, neither is the stock market, right? And so I feel like, uh, will we see, Bitcoin and, the overall market at all-time highs again? Possibly, but nobody really knows. And supposedly, September is usually the worst month for the stock market, if not, I think the crypto market as well. But that's pretty much it. Basically, the position, my American Airlines option of $1,528 is down 30.10%. And in other words, I'm down $460 on this position. But am I afraid what could happen with American Airlines? Not really, because I have until the end of this year. So, as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, take care and bye.